Ice Locked here with Nocturne Gaming, back again with more Legends of Idleon, and today we're taking a look at Acorn Assault Wave 200. There are a few things to mention before we get started. For this build to work, you will need two things. The Slow Roast Whiz bonus and Equinox to allow your damage to scale up over time, and a decently leveled cannoli in the dinner menu. It is worth mentioning that with meal ribbons, it is possible to get over 1000% extra points earned in tower defense. Also, while it's not necessary, it can help to use your Beastmaster during this run, so you can use the Stop Right There attack talent to prevent any mistakes during high enemy count waves. Lastly, this guide can be used by anyone who has the Equinox bonus unlocked, so don't be afraid to give it a try. However, depending on your tower levels and construction or cannoli bonus, you may be able to complete more or fewer waves than shown here. With all of that said, let's get into it. As soon as you summon the waves, start by summoning a Poisonic Elder on the top platform next to the portal, quickly followed by a Voidinator right next to it. Then, place a Kraken Tower right below the Poisonic Elder. Next, summon 2 more Kraken Towers and a Frozone Tower to get the first part of your defensive line set up. After that, start summoning your party starters. We want 4 party starter towers on the bottom platform near the totem. Remember to always level up your party starters to level 5 as soon as they're placed, because they do nothing until you select a trait. Start with trait A on these 4 towers. Also, remember to always fight 10 waves at a time with this setup. We're relying on Equinox bonus to stack damage, and this is reset each time you summon a wave. We use this build to contain a large number of enemies, but if enemies are summoned slowly, it's possible for them to break through by glitching at the end of the platform. From here, start leveling your towers to level 5, starting with the Poisonic Elder. We want to start with trait A here as well. After that, level your Voidinator to level 5 with trait B. This is to increase its attack speed to prevent mobs with abilities from leaking through. For your Kraken Towers, we will always start with 1 trait B on each tower. And lastly, for your Frozone Towers, we will always select trait A. Next up, summon 3 more Poisonic Elders on the platform below your Kraken and Frozone Towers. Then summon a single Stormcaller Tower at the end of the Poisonic Elders. Remember to level each of these towers to level 5 as soon as you can, using trait A for your Poisonic Elders, and your Stormcallers will select trait B to increase the crit chance of all of our other towers. When you have a decent amount of points, it's time to start leveling up your towers to level 10. For your party starters, we'll select trait A again for all 4 towers. Moving on to the Krakens, we are selecting trait A for every trait after level 10. So you should have traits B and A on all 3 of your Kraken towers now. For your Frozone towers, as always, we're using trait A. Next up is the Poisonic Elders, and this time we're selecting trait B, so you should have traits A, then B on all 4 Poisonic Elder towers. Then, back to the Stormcaller Tower, selecting trait B again for more crit chance. And lastly, for your Voidinator Tower, it may be worth waiting on because each upgrade is much more expensive than other towers. But if you can afford it, select trait B for 20% more damage. Once all of your towers are level 10, it's time to upgrade everything to level 15 as soon as you can. We will make this nice and simple this time around. All of your party starters, Krakens, Frozones, and Poisonic Elder towers will select trait A at level 15. And your Stormcaller and Voidinator will select trait B for crit chance and another damage increase. It may take you a decent amount of waves to level up all of these towers to 15, depending on your cannoli level. Generally, I wait until I'm leveling all of my towers to 20 before leveling the Voidinator to 15. Around wave 100 to 110, it's time to make sure you have your defensive line completed. If you can afford to do this earlier, it will help make things easier. Start by summoning 4 more Kraken Towers after the Frozone Tower. At this point, these towers can cost quite a bit. Next up is a Frozone Tower, followed by 2 more Kraken Towers. The last Kraken Tower will cost about 750,000 points. If you can't afford all of these towers right away, you can start leveling up the towers you can afford now, then slowly place them in later waves. Or if you don't have a meal ribbon on your cannoli, you can use one less Kraken tower, so it will be 3 Krakens, a Frozone, and then 2 more Krakens. Once you have your towers summoned, start leveling these to level 15 and using the same traits that we used before. Once all of your towers are at level 15, the next step is to get everything to 20. Start with your Poisonic Elders and select trait B for level 20+. Next up is the Stormcaller Tower to level 20 and selecting trait B again. Then we can move on to the Kraken Towers and select trait A, and the Frozen Towers, as always, select trait A. At the bottom, get your party starters leveled as well, selecting trait A once again for more attack speed. Our goal with this is to get our Kraken Towers to have a speed of about 0.3 to 0.35 seconds. From here, you can start leveling your towers to 25, but this gets very expensive, costing about 1.1 million points to get a single Kraken to level 25. At level 25, you want to select trait A for Krakens, but I recommend leaving these for last as they aren't quite necessary yet. I would start with your Stormcaller and select trait B to give you a total of 100% crit chance. Then for your Poisonic Elders, select trait B again, giving you an A, B, A, B, B setup to maximize your damage. For your party starters, this time we'll be taking trait B instead to give you more damage, as we have enough speed on our Krakens to maintain our defensive line. Once all of your towers are leveled to 25, you can sit back and relax until the end of Wave 200. This will take about 2.5 to 3 hours to complete, but before you go at AFK, I recommend turning on auto attack with stop right there on your bar. Around wave 180, there are more than 400 mobs spawned in those 10 waves, and this will push your towers to the limit. Using stop right there will allow you to prevent any mobs from glitching through and can speed up your kill times by keeping all of your mobs within range of your attacking towers. Also, remember that you want to summon all 10 waves at a time, otherwise this could take significantly longer. The last phase of this run begins when you have 18 mobs left on wave 200. At this time, you want to sell all of your defensive line except for 2 Krakens and a Frozone. I'd made a mistake here and sold 1 extra Kraken Tower and allowed a few enemies to slip by, but with 2 Krakens and a Frozone, this is easily contained. Keep the 2 Krakens right next to your Frozone, so you'll have a Kraken, a Frozone, and a Kraken Towers left on this row. Also, sell your Voidinator Tower at the top. Next, start summoning more offensive towers, starting with a Poisonic Elder on the top row where you deleted the Voidinator. Then 2 more Poisonic Elders right below the 2 up top. Then add another Poisonic behind your Krakens and Frozone towers. Then 1 Stormcaller behind all of that. Lastly, we will summon 5 more Party Starter towers on the next row down. From here, start leveling all of your towers you just summoned. Starting with the Party Starter towers, on 1 tower, you want 3 A traits and 2 B traits. On the other 4 Party Starter towers, you want 5 B traits. This will give you a lot more damage on all of your towers and allow you to continue to contain the mobs with the minimum amount of Kraken towers. On your Stormcaller tower, you want to select 5 trait A's this time. This gives you more damage to any mobs below 60% HP. Then, for your Poisonic Elder, use the same traits we used before, A, B, A, B, B. Once everything is leveled up, you just have to wait until all of the mobs die. This will take you about another hour or so. Congrats, you've cleared Wave 200 on Acorn Assault. Make sure you let all of the mobs in Wave 201 actually kill the totem. Do not forfeit, as it can make you lose progress. Remember, if your towers are strong enough, 200 may not be the limit for you. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button and drop a comment if you're enjoying our videos. And a huge shout out to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. If you would like to become a patron, check out the link in the description for more details. And be sure to visit our merch store so you can get some pretty cool stuff. If you have any thoughts or questions, let us know down below, and we'll see you next time.